Hi, I'm Michael Rogers with Justin Dorsey Plumbing, and I want to thank you for joining me for the Ask the Plumber video series, a series where we answer questions that you may have about common issues in your plumbing. Today, I want to answer the question, why does my water heater have a little drip out of the tube on the side? Well, you can see here I've got one of our water heaters with us, and it has a little valve on the side of the heater with a tube that goes down to the floor. And this is actually a safety device. It's called a temperature and pressure valve. And it serves two functions. If the water gets too hot because there's something wrong with the heater, then this thing will relieve that water. If it's too much, if the pressure builds up too much in the same way, we certainly don't want there to be any kind of explosion in your house. So if the pressure gets too high, this valve will release a little bit of water and lower that pressure down to where it's supposed to be. But sometimes the system doesn't quite work right, and you get a little drip that you'll see on the floor there at the bottom of this tube. Now, some people are tempted to see that little drip and they don't like it, and so they'll unthread this and they'll put a little capper onto the bottom of this valve. You certainly don't want to do that because, as I said before, this is a safety device. It's designed that if the pressure or the temperature gets too high, it'll release that water. So you want to make sure that you don't cap that. Now, these things, like everything, they have a life to them. And sometimes the little rubber seal in here, it starts to go bad and you may get a little drip coming out. And if that's the case, then you may just need to replace the valve. There's another circumstance that can be created where you're going to get some water coming out the bottom, and that's through thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is when you bring cold water into a heater like this and start to heat it up. It creates an excess volume of water just by heating the water up. And so what we do to relieve that is we'll install one of these little expansion tanks on the top of the water heater. What this does is it creates some space for that extra volume of water that's created, so the pressure in the system doesn't get too high and you don't start having water coming out this little tube. If you have any other questions or concerns, we'd love to help you out. Feel free to call our office and schedule an appointment. We also have other resources on our website, which is www.justindorseyplumbing.com, and we have answers to other questions that you may have as well. Again, I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.